guys, welcome back to the Horror with your hostess with the mostest, Jenna as always. Welcome back, welcome back. So today on the chopping block, we are going to be discussing the 1981 sequel, Halloween 2. Now this one I was kind of inspired to do because yesterday at work, my team leader producer Brian and I were actually talking about this movie, specifically the hot tub scene. It got me thinking. I'm like, I have not done a review on this one yet. I've done the first Halloween and the third Halloween. Not this one yet. As you guys know, I sometimes am notorious for not always doing movies in sequential order. Is that the right word? I don't even know if that's a word. I just kind of do sequels as I feel. But yeah, so I was like, you know what? I might as well talk about this one. So, like I said, this one came out in 1981. Quite honestly, in a lot of ways, I feel like we didn't really need a sequel to Halloween. But, of course, this one came out at a time where sequels were becoming pretty popular. People were kind of figuring out the whole sequel, stuff, what to do with sequels and stuff. And this one I know, compared to the first one, like kill-wise, I know it's considered a little more graphic. Like, we see more in the kills in this movie and everything. Perfect example is the going back to the hot tub scene with the nurse. We're talking about how just, like, effective and how cool that scene is and everything, because, Michael's dunking the girl in the really scalding hot water would bring her up. So it's like, you'd see the progression of her, just getting burned, with like the skin starting to peel and everything. Really good scene. I would have to say that scene, that kill is one of two of my favorite boiling kills / attacks. My other favorite one is actually from a movie that was released the following year called Sleepaway Camp with that cook who rightfully so deserved to have that boiling water poured over him. Unfortunately, though, he didn't die. I think he definitely deserved to die, but whatever, I didn't make the movie. So, but back to Halloween 2, just things like that were a little more graphic, and that was really kind of to keep up with the times and everything. Still, I feel like it's a little bit more on the milder side of the violence. As much as, it is a little more graphic compared to the first one, it's still pretty mild compared to a lot of movies of that time. For example, like Sleepaway Camp, the Friday the 13th movies that came out at that same time. The first one and the second one, obviously, kind of compared to those, little milder. Nothing wrong with that, though. But then again, with the first one being so kind of like tame and everything with the kills and everything, kind of goes with it. But yeah, this one, though, I love this movie. I love the sequel. I think it's done really well. I know a lot of people, some of their biggest like complaints about this movie is the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't in it as much, and she spent her entire role or her entire time in the movie just in like a hospital gown. And it's kind of like, dude, really, if that's your gripe about it, then like, what did you expect her to do? Like, this is the continuation through the night. She just went through this traumatic experience. Obviously, she's still in like sort of like a state of shock and everything. Like, honestly, I think any one of us, if we were in that role, or if this was like kind of like real life, I think most of us would be kind of like Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie, where it's a little like, we're a bit in shock about things that just happened and everything. So, whatevs. But you know what? To each their own opinion, whatever, like I said, whatevs. This one, like I said, I definitely, it's one of my favorites. Although I have to admit, sometimes, I'm not always, like, in the mood for it. Sometimes I'm like, I'll watch it, I'm like, it's a little but it's more so just kind of like my mood and stuff. But it's still a really good sequel. I like what they did with it, where it was a continuation of the first movie, like, literally just picking up exactly where the first one left off. Really brilliantly done. I wish more movies would do that, but at the same time, I kind of am glad they don't, because I feel like that'd be a little redundant to do, where it's like, oh, sequel, okay, exact, pickup of where we ended the previous movie. I know a couple of the Friday the 13th movies are kind of like that. What is it? Parts 2, 3, and 4 are kind of like, like Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, and then Sunday the 15th. That, I think they did completely wrong on that. This is a good example of that continuation. So, but there's my little kind of review for you guys for Halloween 2. Till next time, you guys, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.